Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2. There we go. Here we go. We are live with a little technical difficulties at the beginning of this action. Interns working hard to get it right.
All 113-pound wrestlers to the presentation area.
We're in between action right now. 120's just finishing up. Simon Cornwell coming back on a reversal and pinning Angelo Buchanan from Northrop. Cornwell's a synonymous name with Bishop Dwenger Wrestling.
Absolutely, and Simon will be back. Simon is a junior, so he will be back. I assume we'll see him in the same position again next year. We have had some technical difficulties, and we did have camera live feed, so you were able to see the 106-pound match where Jalen Davis from Snider beat Hudson Train from Dwenger in a really exciting match. And then at 113, Brian Tunn pinned Patrick Childs from Northrop. After that, as Coach Moore just said, Simon Cornwell pinned Angelo Van Cameron from Northrop, and we're now just finishing the awards, where we will then go into the 126-pound match.
So coming up, we have freshman Colin Pesnick from Concordia. It's 126 pounds, has a record of a 16-14. He's wrestling Owen McCann, a Snider. Both wrestlers kind of equal throughout. Both started with a losing record in starting the tournament.
Correct. In this particular match earlier in the year, Owen McCann was beaten by Colin. And last weekend at the Concordia Invitational, Owen revenged that loss. So this is our rubber match between these two wrestlers.
And McCann gets that first taste of takedown points there with a nice clear of the arm. And the takedowns are now 3 points. It makes a big difference if you're able to get those takedowns early.
Correct, and with the legs in here, looks like he's trying to earn himself some quick back points. Seems like Pasick is maybe able to keep base down enough that McCann is not able to get the turn on that. We've got 1:14 left in the first period.
Coming to their feet and getting one from the neutral. The official, Jamie Gangeline, former Concordia wrestler himself. Both working in tight on the ties, looking for a possible throw or inside trip.
Yes. I think in this situation, McCann has got to pinch down on that. And Pesic needs to get that back bear hug a little bit lower. That's the position they want to be at. Upper body right there. They're able to neutral each other and go out of bounds with 50 seconds left in their neutral. We got a 3-1 score. As we get going, I am Seth Congdon. I'm here with Dave Moore, former coach at Snider High School. It's been generous enough to come out and help us call this match.
Always good to get back, see all the alumni as well as former coaches.
Throw by Pesic. He was not able to get the side headlock, but he was able to go ahead and circle back behind and get the 3 takedown.
That makes the score with Pesic up 4-3. At this point in time, he's got a deep half in. He's searching for that far wrist.
Can does a good job peeling that off.
That ends the first period at 4-3 Concordia Pesic over McCann Snider. Choice goes to Pesic. He defers to the third period. Okay. McCann's choosing neutral at this point.
Path to get here, McCann beat Hine from Bishop Lures, and Pesic beat Thank from Northrop to get to the finals.
McCann made some attempts there once again, and a good throw by just wasn't able to secure it. Keeps working inside, digging
Yes.
inside.
Looks change level a little bit better there to cut that corner, and I think he can get that.
That all comes with pressure.
Yes.
The defense, you feel that pressure, you can get that throw by real easy. In this case,
They decide I don't think they wanted to be tied up. Shot by Pesic. Blocked off by McCann.
both guys working a lot of defense in here, tying up.
This is a big takedown situation for the Panthers here. If Pesic is able to get this takedown and go up, he will go up by 4 points. So if we get the takedown, we'll go up 2.
Coming
so this
down.
is a imperative takedown for us with 58 seconds left.
Yeah, I haven't seen McCann yet work in on anything leg-wise. He's just trying that clearing of the arm, trying to get to the angle.
I think part of that might be the familiarity that the guys are starting to see with each other, having wrestled already twice this year. Tends to get the matches a little tighter as they go each time.
Pesic in on the body. He was in on a leg, and then McCann did a good job of kind of clearing that, got up on the body, and then back up to their feet.
Again, another shot by Pesic. He's in deep, trying to cut the corner. They kick. They go out of bounds. No, McCann keeps the arm in.
Gagline
That's
calls
very,
it a
very
takedown.
questionable. Very, very questionable. With all the wrestlers out and the hand up, he called that after they had gone out of bounds, so I'm not sure where that would have secured it.
That's been a big change in wrestling altogether, where used to be you had to have two supporting parts. Now it's just anything. It could be even your hair that is still in bounds, and they will continue to allow the wrestling.
And that is a great thing here. To expand the wrestling area allows the kid that is more aggressive to continue to be aggressive, and he gets rewarded for that aggression, and it keeps the kids from trying to wrestle on the edge so much.
Had a late stalling call there on top with Pesic, and going into the third period, that could prove a key point in the match. If
Yes,
he
it
continues
could.
to give pressure, the third period start with a selection to neutral.
There's the duck under he was looking for, but caught in a side headlock, but he turns through it and gets him to his back. McCann's going to secure a takedown. Now he's looking for back points. He's secured the 4 that he can get there, and now he's looking for the fall. Another change that occurred this year is that they have a 2, 3, and 4 count for back points, and you can get 2, 3, or 4 points. Used to not have a 4-point back point, and that's going to help also extend these leads.
There's the 4 points. It's now 10-7. McCann ahead with that takedown and near fall.
If he just gets his points here, needs to get the boots in. Right there, wanted to go ahead and see if he could hook those legs, secure that.
He's settling back just a little bit. He got a little high there, but
He did earn 3 on that, Coach. That's pretty significant, up to 6.
13-7 the score, 43 seconds left in the match. He's got his arms bound up with those legs
Now
in.
right here he wants to go ahead as he's turning him and let that leg catch and secure him. He does catch the near leg to
He's
get
got
a little
that
elevation.
cross face good. If he can look away, that'll secure that near shoulder that he's at.
Yes. Take that right arm and crawl away from that while he elevates that left leg. Go a long way. He's going to earn 4 for the back points. That is going to bring this up to a major. So it is going to change some of the team scores. That'll help get Snider another half team point in the standings if he can't secure the fall, and it does not look like he'll do that.
Betty avenges his last loss to Pesic with a win. Owen McCann
And he becomes SAC champion.
at 126.
Owen McCann. And now,
So our next match will have us going to the 132-pound weight class, where we're going to have Deacon Rhodes from Snider High School, a junior, with an a season record of 26-5 and an overall record of 76-27. Deacon was last year's SAC champion, Wild Bill champion this year, and he is presently ranked 6th in the Fort Wayne semi-state. His opponent from Bishop Dwangers, Javier Henry, is also a junior. He has a season record of 17-6 and an overall record of 64-28. Javier comes back as a returning SAC champion from last year. This should be a good matchup. Earlier in the year, I know Deacon did beat him in the dual meet, but this is a new day, a new match.
Getting to the finals, Rhodes beat Smith of Bishop Lures, and Henry overtook Underwood of Northrop. Henry had a little bit of a tougher road in getting there.
Yes, he did, but it looked like he took care of business today with both of his victories leading to the finals being Tech Falls. So we start this match, both wrestlers tie up ear to ear. Rhodes has some hand control. Wrestlers go out of bounds, and Dwanger is called for a stall. Henry backing up, avoiding wrestling, dives at the ankle. Rhodes can get into the crotch. He's trying to get a lift off of this. He gets his hips back. If he's able to get his hips back, he should be able to secure a takedown. At this point, he's got to get his right knee turned back up under him.
There he's got his hips moving into it. That's going to help.
Yes, it is. Push away that head. And we've been called with a stalemate. Stalemate meaning that neither wrestler was able to improve their position. So we will, with 1:27 left in the first period, start back neutral.
There's a shot by Rhodes, trying to get it away from that. Javier tries cross face to throw by. Working
Rhodes
with a
pretty tight there.
There he goes. First points of the match. Rhodes secures that takedown.
Deacon is a junior, and he is working on his 3rd year of wrestling for varsity at Snider High School. I think the biggest difference this year with Deacon was the work that he put in the weight room. He spent all summer and all fall working extremely hard in the weight room. When he's in there, he's no nonsense, and I think that's really complemented his wrestling skills. On the top, Rhodes able to break Henry down. Henry hanging on to the arm. If he doesn't get that out of there, Josh Howard, the official, will call that as a stall, as that's avoiding wrestling.
Rhodes, good pressure there. Working on that arm to the outside. Got a stalling warning at bottom. Not doing much. Rhodes doing a good job at securing different.
Looks like he's looking for a tilt. He's got it. He's earning some back points here. Again, out of bounds. He can still pin him right there. He's got to watch himself pinning himself.
There we go. Out of bounds. That's the danger in a lot of those tilt positions.
It is, absolutely, with that.
Having that mat awareness and knowing where you are as you are securing your own near fall. At different times, just a little bit of a pressure, a little bit of a bridge can put that offensive wrestler to their own back.
False start on Henry. You get 2 warnings there before a point is actually issued.
Good pressure by Deacon. He's got that claw ride, working back out to a chop.
Yep, cross side. Again, doing a nice job keeping pressure forward. It is breaking Henry down and causing Henry some issues trying to get hand control, just the same. With 6 seconds left, looks like we will have no change.
Score ends at 8-0 the first period.
Choice will go to Dwanger. Dwanger defers. Snider will choose bottom.
This will be the first time Deacon's been on bottom for the match.
Yes. Right here, we're hoping for a big explosive move off the mat here, see if we can't get out, get a point, and then go ahead and get some takedown, draw this lead out a little bit.
Securing that pressure, gets the hand
control, steps up, trying to clear the hands around the waist as he's turning back in, trying to avoid going out of bounds. They go out of bounds. We will start back same position with 1:51 left in the second period.
Deacon learned anything with that last start?
Yes, he got up right away and got turned. Excellent call, Coach.
Javier went to a different side.
Looking at Spladle. Nope.
Got in on the ankle. Got to work that near leg out. He's going to a near side cradle.
2 has been secured for the reversal. As you said, it looks like the near side he's trying to hook up.
Big step. He can hook that leg and or drive it up. He's got to get off his knees in order to secure that.
From this position here, I think he's going to hold position, see if he can't get some back points on this. He needs to be careful that he doesn't give up a point on that escape.
No near fall secured there. Still got to get off his knees to apply the most pressure as he's working that. Like there, he's got it over, head to the mat in that tripod position.
Boy, that looks pretty tight. We've got a lot of time, too. He just needs to let this settle.
He can step over and hook legs, get into a surf position. He's going to secure some near fall. In order to secure near fall, after one specific move, you have to completely release any control. In that case, Deacon had that cross face in there, got up on top, showed the official his arms are clear, that awarded the near fall. Its score is 14-0 now.
Now, we got close to a tech fall. A difference of 15 would be a tech fall with 23 seconds left. If there is a turn, you're going to need to secure the fall. Otherwise, the match will end at a difference of 15 points.
That's another change this year that it used to be if they went to their back and they continued one specific move, they would let that move continue. Whereas now, if they take them to their back, as soon as they get out of that specific situation.
Predicament, correct.
Yes, which would be a 45-degree with the back, even though they may still have a cradle or whatever move they're putting them to their back, they will stop the match. It didn't used to be that way. As long as they still held the move, they were able to continue and finish a fall if needed.
Okay, so we end the second period with a score 14-0, and Dwenger has chose neutral in this, so a takedown would secure the win for Snider unless he can take him directly to his back. As he comes in, neck wrench by Henry does not work, and the 2 should be secured. Nope, got his leg away. Rhodes is going to try to pull him back in. He secured a single leg on this. He's just trying to get that elevated. Nice whizzer by Henry.
John Tone has always done a nice job at this point in time in the year. Coach Dwenger, you will see them wrenching on their arms with that whizzer to get rid of any single leg position, which in this case, Henry gets out of the situation from that single leg that Rhodes had. They're back neutral. We got a minute 15 left in the final period.
Again, deep on that single leg, switches over to a double leg as the wrestlers go out of bounds. I believe at some point if Henry doesn't get away from that line, Josh Howard is not going to let him wrestle over there too long without hitting him with a stall or a flea. Every time we get in tight, he works to that line and then just does some action to get out of bounds. That is part of the reason that they went to the one supporting part.
Can't wrestle on your knees. Here comes a neck wrench.
Neck wrenched over.
And to a near fall situation. That's where wrestling on your knees will get you in trouble.
Yes, it will.
Rhodes is working up and out, trying to get to a reversal.
It looks like he has got his knees back about him, so there's going to be a takedown and back points. That's probably worth 7 there. And a 2-point reversal, so this match went from 1 point from being over to a 16-8 match.
We're back neutral.
At this point, as you said, if he's going to shoot into that little single high crotch situation where he's kind of mixing up both of them, he cannot stay there. He's got to cut the corner and drive across.
Got a stalling warning for backing up, and once again, he's on his knees. So important that you're staying on your toes wrestling, because that applies that pressure.
Looks like the momentum in this match is switching with 20 seconds left.
He backs out. He's going to get called. There it is. There's a point.
And that brings that to a 7-point match. But with that, a shot to get in deep into the legs. Henry trying to come up off of it. Rhodes hanging on.
Looks like he's just trying to finish out the match.
Yes, he will.
A stalemate there with 30 seconds left.
That's 3 seconds, Coach. And with the exception, if he does not back up, this will end up still being a 7-point match, which means that we have not only lost the tech, but we have also lost the major decision. Hit for a stall as he backs up, 16 to 10. SAC champion this year, Deacon Rhodes.
It's a good finish in the last period by Javier. Great effort.
Yes, it was with that. And not only that, he saved his team a 1.5 extra, which in this battle today could go a long, long way to the team title. Our next match is going to be a 138-pound contest. It's going to feature senior Carter Krause from Snider High School, 14-0 record this year, 88-25 overall record. Connor is a previous SAC champion, sectional champion, regional champion. He wrestled at the Concordia Wild Bill and was a champion there. He was a Goshen Invite champion this year. Carter's ranked third in the Fort Wayne semi-state and 13th overall in the state. His opponent, Kevin Sapansky, is a junior from Dwenger with a 13-11 season record and a 30-41 overall record. This is a match here that on paper Snider should win, and a fall would go a long ways to get the extra points. In a tournament format, you get an extra half a point for an 8-point victory, which is a major decision. You get an additional 1.5 points for a technical fall, and you get 2 additional points if you pin your opponent. So these additional points go a long way in a tournament that is a team tournament.
In reaching to the final, Sapansky got there with a fall over Lewin from Northrop, and Krause from Snider got a 40-second fall over Gatchel from Bishop Lures. As we get going, Greg Moe, the official, looking for the scores bench.
Greg Moe, another veteran official, done plenty of state tournaments. So between him and Josh Howard, got a couple of the best officials here in the state.
Good tie, working for that headlock.
Tried to roll through by Sapansky.
Just out of bounds. Love to see the wrestlers sprinting back to the center of the mat.
Yes, sir.
Anytime that they are out of bounds, just a mental edge. If there's any fatigue by a wrestler and they see that that other wrestler has enough to sprint back there, that goes a long way.
Yes.
You can see the strength difference as the weight classes get a little bit higher. These wrestlers in their ties are just doing a little bit more with that.
Krause trying to put pressure on Sapansky. And a little frustrated getting in on a shot. Sapansky playing all defense. Got in deep on a shot.
Scissor on the head.
Illegal. So that'll give a point to Snider, up 1-0.
Trying to clear and up to the
Sapansky
headlock.
trying to come across. Carter trying to side headlock off of it. Secures the arm, gets a side headlock. He's going to secure this takedown. He's got that pretty tight, it looks like. If he can turn his hips down, which he just did, and step over, he's going to make this really, really tough.
Trying to work to get the legs wrapped up.
Doing a really good job getting parallel with his opponent, but he just leans over and ties that shoulder to the mat. Secures a fall at 1 minute in the first period. Again, Snider will get the first place points off of that, which is an additional 4 points, difference between first and second, and 2 points for the fall. So that would be 16 points for the Snider Panthers. Into our 144-pound weight class, we're going to have Kendi Kwai of Snider. He's a senior with a 18-4 season record. He's ranked 5th in the Fort Wayne semi-state and 19th in the state. His opponent from Southside is a senior, Makai Pinkston. He is a 23-7 season record, finishing second this year at East Noble Invitational.
The third place match just finishing up. They'll have the award ceremony for that previous weight class. So we got a little bit of a downtime as we're getting ready for that 144-pound class. In this, Pinkston had a win over Delaney of Bishop Dwenger reaching the final. With that, a fall of 4:57, which would be late in the third period. And Quai got a win, the technical fall over Smith of Bishop Lures. And in this, it's a lot of winning records for this weight class. So the top 4 all with winning records. So good weight class. So should see some good wrestling with this. Also like to note that today is a reunion of sorts with all former wrestlers who were invited as former coaches. That's myself, Coach Condon, both former coaches here at Snider. And I did not have the blessing of wrestling here at Snider.
No, but you come on and become certainly one of the family.
Yeah, we got a good following up here, sitting in the corner with us with the to our back. We got former state champions, Coach Bennett and Albert Starks up here, as well as many other great wrestlers. So it's nice to see the Snider following continue in the Snider community.
Absolutely with that. Okay, as we get ready for our match here.
Pinkston and Quai.
Pinkston backing up, Quai working him out of bounds.
In this case, most time you'll see the officials get the choice of what color band they would have. Normally, Snider would have the green band being home, but in this case, because Southside has the green singlet, they're in the green band and home on the scoreboard.
Kindy in a squared stance, trying to get underhooks in. A lot of pressure going forward. Arm throw attempt.
Nice job getting the hips back
by Pinkston.
Yep. That should be enough to secure a takedown as he's trying to work off the mat.
He's got that cradle locked up, but he doesn't have him on his hip. Stall has been called as the Southside wrestler. Makai Pinkston is wrestling off the edge of the mat and pulled everybody out. Canceled the wrestling. You cannot do that. You have to attempt to wrestle at all times.
Gagline didn't believe there was enough position there to secure that takedown. But
now, I think if he'd have dropped him to his hip there on that near side, he might have got that, but I think with that knee spread way out.
You can see a lot of Greco out of both these guys, which is all upper body wrestling. In this case, trying to work some throws.
Which, with both of them feeling comfortable, that makes both of them dangerous throughout the whole match. Quai drops down to double leg to secure the first takedown of the match. Okay, now this is a 3-point takedown.
Doing a good job keeping him down. Makai works his hips up. He wasn't doing anything from that position. Now he's got a half, but he's got to get on that other side or secure a leg.
Yeah, that's going to be some issues for him if he's not careful. Nice job of riding with that little roll. 23 seconds left in the first period. Kawhi's got him broke down.
Staying on those hips. He's got that wrist control. He's fighting. He's got a 2-on-1. Securing that ankle to the same side. That gives him a little bit of freedom to work on this left side. Now he's just got the one wrist. Pressure with the half. That's going to end our first period. Score is 3-0. Choice will go to Southside, Pinkston.
Looks like Southside is going to choose. Instead of deferring, they chose bottom, which will give Kindy the choice in the third period. Kindy riding on opposite side, comes back to the right side.
Unusual choice in my, as a coach, I don't know, with all the work that he did on his feet, I thought he did a nice job.
I agree with you. I'd have kept him there because it looks like that's where he's going to be able to score the most. Looks like there was a full Nelson by Quai. That is going to give 1 point to Southside. So Pinkston is now down 3-1.
Almost tries like that Granby.
Yes.
Yep, right into a headlock. You see that often.
A tilt by Kindy. He's got back points secured.
That's a 4 near fall, and now once again he has to release that arm in order to.
Correct. The arm is released, which I imagine he will try to re-grasp it. Nope. Kind of taking what Pinkston's given him at this point, which is a nice job. As
I said, here we go with another one. doing a nice job with those tilts.
Yes. And especially with us getting that quick tilt at 2 and getting a 4, if you can hold them to 4, tilts are going to start to become, I think, more popular than they were in the past because you can really steal some points for your team off of it.
Had a deep half there buried with the wrist, but Pinkston does hold it off. As I said, as an unusual choice of going down in that first period after Kendi got that takedown, didn't do much. And
I'm with you, and I feel like that Pinkston, his best offense seems to be that aggression in that Greco glitch throw position.
Seems the only thing that he has worked from bottom has been that Granby roll.
Yes.
Did almost secure it with a headlock in the finish, but has, for the most part, not done much.
No. Kenny's done a nice job of just going ahead and just Granbying right with him, just stay on the hip and just roll right through it, just weather the whole roll. We've got 14 seconds left in the second period with the score. Kendi Kawhi 11 and Makai Pinkston 1. Going into the 14 seconds left, starting down, breakdown by Kawhi.
And he has done a nice job. I don't mean to take anything away as far as staying on top. He's been on the hips, secured the hips. And if
he stays busy, too. I think that Pinkston's really frustrated because he can't get any offense going because every time he tries to do something, Kawhi turns that right into his own offense.
Right.
Neutral by Snider.
Not tying up this time. Staying outside, looking for the takedown. He waited for Pinkston to come up to secure that.
Oh, nice little drop. Yes,
return.
Varsagard that perfect.
Hasn't gotten, there he's gotten it and working up. Still has the toes on the mat, but they'll let him wrestle as long as they have that one.
Okay, again, we enter at this point at a 14-1 lead, and we are at this point then just 2 points away from a tech fall. We know last match that doesn't necessarily happen. We're going to start. We're going to put them neutral. Snider, in this situation, just goes ahead and says we want them to start neutral. They award 1 point, and they put them neutral with no time coming off the clock.
Surprising to see him tie up again after that
yes.
Nice
well, this takedown here, if it doesn't go to the back, will secure the tech fall, which is why you see him try to lock into the legs there to get an opportunity to go to the back. He does not. The official stops it, and the final score then is 17-2. Kendi Kawhi winning his second SAC championship.
Winner on mat 1 from Snider, Kendi Kawhi. And now for the presentation.
Coming up to our next weight class, 150. We're going to have Hagler from Northrop, Jaquan Hagler, and coached by Bruce Ojeda and Aiden Pesic from Concordia. This will be the first Concordia wrestler here seen a little bit. But his record, he's a two-time Wild Bill champion and SAC champ and semi-state qualifier. He's got a record of 24-4, so going to see some good wrestling out of him and Hagler, just with a 14-4 record this year, but he's a senior, so he's got some experience. Hopefully we're going to see some good action out of both of
Yes. Pesic made the finals by a fall over Rhodes of Snider, while Hagler's route took him through Hilger of Bishop Dwenger, who he beat in a major decision 17-6. Wrestlers shake hands.
Our official Josh Howard.
Pesic trying to slide into a single. Hagler did a nice job. Hagler into his own double leg, switches it off to a single, trying to shelf it, trying to work him back in. And if he can go ahead and get this down, he was able to get him to the mat, but not to cover him. Pesic did a nice job coming back up and getting that whizzer in. We're back to a pretty much a 50-50 position here.
Both got a lot of pressure on their shoulders.
Yes, they do. Both of them holding position to the point that Josh Howard, the official, calls a stalemate, not advancing, and we're going to start back neutral with 1:25 left in the first period.
As a coaching point in those situations, when you get into that kind of seatbelt and or shoulder position from that whizzer, you'll hear coaches yelling out high head. High head generally wins in those situations as you want to keep that leverage and pressure down.
That is correct. High head tends to win in most all positions. If the hips get above the head, a lot of times that's a bad thing for a wrestler.
Both wrestlers are active on their feet.
They are. Great defense, great action by both men.
Hagler once again in on that single leg, looking to finish this time.
Problem he's running into is he hits that single leg, he has his head on the outside, and that gives an opportunity for him to get wizard out of that too easy. If he had that on the inside, I think he might be able to switch off to a double or at least just go ahead and go wrong side dump off of it.
Yeah, Pesik's done a nice job with that defense, securing that whizzer. And that time almost had a...
Pesik in with a nice shot to the cross leg single, kind of set up with a fireman's carry. Picks it up, but again, Hagler gets a nice whizzer in, but the points are awarded because Pesky circles out of it and limp arms out for the first takedown in a 3-0 lead with 25 seconds left in the first period.
Starting off with a good cross-body ride, kept Hagler's hips down, and we got a standing switch to secure 2, but Pesik gets back out. So
that was a great job, Pesik, not letting that period end and getting a point back there to keep this score at 4-2. But Hagler gets in tight. He's got it back, but he can't get him to the mat before the buzzer goes off. There will be no takedown there.
Scores 2-4 with Pesik in the lead as they go to the bench looking for some type of change in a call or a question.
I think his question was when he came right behind him, he thought that maybe the hands were already down before he stood up. I'm not sure how secure he felt about that because Josh Howard, as I said, a very quality state official. I told him no, he didn't see it that way, and that was the end of the discussion.
Are you going to say anything about me, like getting these brackets on quickly?
Yes, we want to take a moment here and thank you to our athletic director, Mr. Steve Zimbo. People don't know how much time he puts in on this to try to make this run as sweet as it runs.
Last year's State Official of the Year received a nice plaque in that situation, got his picture taken as he's secured many different state finals.
Hagler in deep on a shot, but Pesky able to go ahead and whizzer out of that, tries to step over. Again, not a good thing because you saw the hips go below the head and almost taken to his back.
Once again, we're back to that position, wrestling from the knees. It's not a good situation. No points are awarded at this point yet. Both are out of bounds.
That was a nice scramble right there on both wrestlers' point. At any given time, had either one of those wrestlers stopped, I think we'd have had points scored by the other person. So compliment to both those young men for keeping the action going.
Score 5-2 favor of Pesik.
Nice fireman dump by Pesik. Can he go ahead and get that inside arm secured? He does.
There's your takedown. Another 3 makes it 8-2.
That was a big takedown right there where we're at. And Hagler not done yet. Hits his switch. He's awfully good at that switch and gets it even as a standing switch to bring the score to 8-4. But again, Pesky just steps out after he got the hips cleared and scores the escape to make it 9-4.
He's got that arm secured. Think learn your lesson from that. I've been going guts from the coach's seat if I saw him securing that arm, saying that's his only takedown.
Yes. And also I think he's found something that maybe works for him.
There you go. And it's good for Pesik that, he is doing what he does well.
Yes.
Looking to secure that takedown yet, but no points awarded as they get out of bounds. We got 30 seconds left. The score is 4-9 in favor of Pesik.
We have 30 seconds left in the second period. Both wrestlers neutral.
So on their feet, tying up. We'll see if Pesik can secure that.
They do go forehead to forehead, but they are not tying up, are they? They both want to get in on those shots. They're just trying to secure some space in there.
Hagler made one attempt at a sweep single.
Pesik, nice job just stepping right out of that.
That'll end the second period, still 4-9 in favor of Pesik. Choice goes neutral.
We're going to take neutral. Looks like Hagler's starting to get a little bit fatigued. Wonder if this will play into this third period.
Last call for 144-pound wrestlers to the presentation area.
Still tying up. Good snap down. Looking for a
Yes,
throw by.
He did, and Pesic did a nice job of just pinching that off.
Not much movement out of them. It's one of the things with the ties. You generally want to see them move their feet as they're applying pressure, because otherwise you're going to see those throw-bys and or gives you opportunity to make good shots if your opponent's feet are not moving. Easy target when they're not moving.
Exactly, and you can see as a wrestler gets tired and the weight starts to go from the toes and balls of their feet towards the heels. And when they get to the heels, that usually doesn't mean good movement.
Pesic just kind of walked into that takedown.
Yes, he did. Hagler got caught stopping on that shot and just got hipped right into by Pesic, who was able to knock him over and secure the takedown to increase his lead to 12-4 with 1 minute left.
Pesic working in a wing, trying to get that secured. As he does, getting it to his back, he's going to see him get out to the side. Oh, he lost it there. They get that wing, they can get out to the hip and then work that for some near fall. In this case, he's got his hips down, got a stalling warning.
Yeah, as I said at the beginning of this period, it looked like Hagler had started to get a little tired, and he's lost a little of his energy here. He's going to have to get that hand control and get to his feet, because at this point he needs to get to a position where he's going to be able to throw him.
Josh Howard calls stalling on top. Pesic, top position. You'll see that as they do not do anything coming off of the hips. In that case, because he wasn't going side to side or applying any pressure, he got called for stalling. And on top, they'll stop the match when the top man is stalling.
Hagler tried to switch or sit out. He's been taking that to his switch, which he does again here. This time Pesic doesn't let him have all of the two. He just lets him have one for an escape, making the score 12-5. With 10 seconds left, Hagler's going to come after him. Pesic holding position well. Down blocks that off, has a cross face in, and that'll secure the win for him. 12-5. Aiden Pesic, Concordia High School.
Improving his record to a 25-4 record.
Okay, so at 157-pound matches, they're going to feature a sophomore from Concordia, Nolan Winokur. He's coached by Jamie Jones, and he has a season record of 21-4 and an overall career record of 37-20. His opponent, a junior from Snider High School, coached by Brian Tunn, is Spencer Shively. Spencer Shively has a current season record of 11-10 and an overall career record of 19-24.
Shively has gotten to the finals with 2 first-period falls, whereas Winokur's falls came both in the second period, defeating Roush of Northside and Olkuk of Wayne. So as they are getting ready for this, Greg Moe waiting on the previous weight classes awards. As I said, Concordia's, as a sophomore, has quite a few matches, looking at a 21-4 record to this point in
yes,
time.
and only a sophomore with a career record like that. He's obviously improved quite a bit from last year, even though he was good last year, which just goes to show that, you know, you can have a tough freshman year and come back and still have a great wrestling career. On their feet, Concordia kind of a shot, Shively trying to get upper body. I can tell you that Spencer, given a choice, will like to get in the upper body throw area as opposed to deep on the shots.
In this case, we're back to Snider in the green ankle band. Concordia having that maroon with the red.
Shot by Whitaker, kind of a courtesy shot. That's a shot that kind of shows that you're shooting, not that you're necessarily trying to get a takedown.
Shively counters with his own shot, works up into an underhook. See if he does something with
trying
that.
To go on an inside trip. He's
does
got,
secure it.
No, he's not able to get the head. Really with that, he likes to take that inside trip to a over and under on the head and try to see if he can't lace that in and end up on top. shot by Shively's. Got to stay off his knees on that shot there.
Saw earlier in the
Winokur with his own nice shot.
Broadcast before we were on, Tyler Tunn secured a similar type takedown with a Merkel. Got that inside trip and secured that near headlock and extended into a takedown similar to what Shively was looking at in that situation. Both still on the feet. We got 20 seconds left. Both playing good defense with some avoiding some good shots by both individuals.
Five seconds left as we finish the first period. Looks like we're going to end up in a 0-0 tie going into the second period. Choice to Snider. Snider defers. Concordia will choose bottom position to start the second period. Score 0-0.
You see, you got a glimpse of Coach Jones there talking to his wrestler right at the edge of the mat. The official, Greg Moe, asked him to get back just a little bit.
Brought back by Shively. Tries to get the leg in on the far side.
A little bit high, but he's
trying to catch it.
Wrenching that crossbody ride, working in power half. Winokur trying to get underneath that leg to extend Shively.
Shively needs to get his elbow on that head and use his right elbow. Just kind of push that head under and break that plane of 45 degrees.
Winokur's doing a nice job of keeping his base.
We notice how this is one time you do want your hips up because he's trying to slide out the back door. If he can get that right arm through, he's going to secure at least an escape, if not a reversal.
Shively
doing a nice job staying under that arm. He knows that is the bread and butter right there while he keeps pressure across his face.
Got to keep both hands active as he gets clear out to the side, now nearer to the front. Securing those hips is important, especially in the leg rider. You got to make sure that you're controlling those hips as he's heavy out front.
Yes, and it looks like he's trying to apply good pressure here. As he sits on his knees, you can see then that Winokur is able to move more. He's trying to secure a Peterson.
There it is.
He's got it hooked up, sets through it. He's going to secure not only the reversal, but four on the near fall.
You could see him setting that up as he was doing those quick turns. And
yes, you could, knowing that eventually he was going to not either get the arm through to come out the back door or hit that Peterson as he did. Spiral ride by Winokur. Shively needs to work off of his base, work up, get hand control at the same time.
Call that hand inside the legs. Here comes that Merkel we were talking about just a little bit ago.
Yep. And
to
he
his
gets
back.
him over, going to expose that. And the idea here is to step over and put the legs in. That makes that awfully tight once you get there. Time ran out before he was able to do that.
Coach complaining that the Matt Tapper hit the official with 2 seconds left instead of at 0. Always looking for that edge as a coach.
Yes.
Choice going neutral. Score is 10-0 in favor of Winokur of Concordia. That reversal to the back and the takedown with near fall has been the whole match here. We'll see those. Spencer's dangerous on his feet as he's working up the upper body.
Yep, he could catch him as he just stepped through, tripped him, and caught him to his back. Got 3 for the takedown, securing his near fall. He's probably going to have to find a fall out of this.
Yep, he's got the half deep, but he's got to get his hips down. Got to drive that over with your hips.
At this point, you are exactly right. You got to make a little cowboy move going.
So with that takedown and near fall, you've got to score 7-10. He's got a leg in, got the boot in. He's got to get him to his back at this point. We've got about a minute left.
And my experience here would say that with about this minute left, he's going to need to get that leg out and kick him because I'm not sure how much is going to go on offensively otherwise.
It's where a lot of times you're going to see coaches saying to cut.
Yes, and I think they're trying to get him into that position. I would not be surprised if they go out of bounds if they don't put him neutral.
Mo does call him out of bounds as they're getting close to the coach's bench. And he is going to remain in that referee's position.
All right, as I
There we go.
mentioned, they are going to go ahead and put him up on his feet, give him that point with 48 seconds left, because this is where Spencer's going to have the most success in his offense.
Score 7-11. Good pressure and a stalling warning with that aggressiveness.
Yes, and what he needs to do is keep that aggression going. You need to be smart about your aggression, make sure that they are clean, set
Gotta
up
work
shots.
the angle from this position.
Slide
Not
right
on
around
his
to a near
knees.
side.
He's on his knees again. He's working up.
He does
Get to
secure
a half.
to his back if he can lift that. Oh, he
At
needs to tap
3.
head there.
He's down 1.
Got to
He's gonna
cut him again. Can't get him.
Pesik's
Stolen!
trying to. No points yet. There's the. Got 12 seconds left. He's got to secure a takedown. Score 10-12. Got the stalling. 1 more point. That's 11.
We need a big shot right here. 1 big shot.
2 seconds, and that ends it. Final
Your
score.
final score 12-11.
Good aggressive finish. You like to see wrestlers
Yes, it
making those
was.
attempts at the buzzer.
Yes,
Even though we did not secure the win there, it was good to see.
it was a good effort on Chively's part. Your winner at 157 pounds, Nolan Winokur of Concordia.
Coming into the next weight class, our championship match will show us Luke Harbor of Bishop Dwenger, 165 pounds. Must have had some injuries or overtook a wrestler at some point in time to only have a season record this year of 9-6. But in the
They
same,
have an injury on their normal 165-pounder. I think he sustained a concussion.
okay, you also have the same, almost identical record out of Marcus Herrera from Wayne with a 9-5 record. Looking at this weight class,
Getting into it, both these wrestlers come in as the Herrera comes in as the 3rd seed and Harbor comes in as the 4th seed, with both of them having been able to bypass the 1 and 2 seeds on this. Harbor beat Pearl of Concordia 8-1 to secure his place in the finals, while Herrera won a 15-9 decision over So of Northside. So we'll see someone that was not necessarily seated where they were going to be at to get into this particular weight.
you got Herrera from Wayne with the red would be visitors, and Harbor in the green ankle band, so that would be home on the scoreboard. Both wrestlers aggressive, looking for hand control, working inside. With these kind of records, it's difficult to say one move could end the match at any point in time.
That is very true. Very true.
Got guys that don't have a whole lot of mat time experience, especially in a championship setting. It's very easy to get caught up in the moment, and one move could end the match at any point in time. As Herrera did a nice job there just pressuring, taking Harbor to his knees, but not securing any or advancement towards a takedown there.
No, and I think, that if Herrera doesn't get a better stance, yep, just like that right there. Harbor got in deep on that shot and was able to secure the takedown.
Herrera back to his feet, looking to get an escape.
Ooh, Gagline a little quicker on that. Might have caught some locked hands, but he was behind the play.
Good job on the ankle. You see that out of a lot of Dwenger wrestlers, going from the ankle up to a cradle position.
Correct. They like to run crossface, near ankle, far ankle to try to set up their cradle series.
Going back to the center, Herrera's down in the referee's position. We got 35 seconds left in the first period. Score still 3-0 with just the takedown points awarded. Back to his feet, looking to face him. Got to get to face.
He does get turned around, but he doesn't get his hips cleared. Stalling call on Dwenger.
I guess in that case, it's just saying he forced him out of bounds.
We will start in Dwenger on top with 21 seconds left. Cross-face far ankle, as we talked about earlier, looking to try to jump a cradle if he can get position. Doesn't have that far arm on that crossface, so it's going to be hard.
Stands up, 10 seconds left. If he can get back to his feet, Can't turn in. He does.
And he comes down, he turns in, but able to scramble back to his base and not allow any back points. That'll end the first period with the score: Luke Harbor, Dwangers 3, Marcos Herrera, Dwayne 0. Dwanger chooses down. Herrera sets up on the opposite side. Harbor on the stand up on the whistle. Harbor brings it back to the mat.
Back up. There's that.
Harbor back up.
Not only facing, but gets the escape. Herrera almost had that earlier, but did get the stalling warning. In this case,
again, with that high standing stance, a shot got in deep, allowed him to hit his double leg takedown. Secures another takedown to go up 7-0 with minute 30 left in the second period.
This would be a big win for Bishop Dwenger, coming in with a 4th seed. Call this definite upset matches, as you are looking at positions where you're upsetting the number 1 and then number 3 seed if this ends up as it is going, in this case with Harbor winning 7-0.
As they're out of bounds area and Dwenger knees them out, they'll go ahead and get a fresh start with 56 seconds left and Dwenger up 7-0.
Learned a long time ago when I was coaching at Wayne with Will Riggle, a longtime SAC name. He started with an upset book that allowed wrestlers, anytime they beat someone that they weren't supposed to, they got to sign the book. And then as I was able to come over to Snider, started that tradition as well, having a book where the kids are able to, for years to come, look back.
Harbor with a double leg shot and takes him straight down, reaches up for the half, was able to secure it, get him on his back and secure the fall at 3 minutes and 29 seconds.
And you get into tournament time, and then you'll hear coaches talk about this a lot. Just have a day. Go out and have a day.
That's exactly right.
And that's exactly what Harbor did today, securing 2 upset wins to be the SAC 165 champion. In that case, you say you have a day. At any point in time, you got 2 guys just putting their foot on the line, and it's who wants it more. It's dog eat dog as you get out there, and anything can happen.
And as you get to this time of year, I think that, it seems like a lot more of that mental capacity comes into play for the successes that a lot of these people have, because it really puts it in a situation where you can start throwing records out and you can start saying who really wants it a little bit more, and that's going to make a big difference as we go not only into this week in the conference, but next week as you start the state tournament. Records really set up the seed, but after that there is so much personal will to go ahead and succeed and have successes that you individually want. So as we wait for the third, fourth place match to finish here.
Hey guys, welcome this evening.
Again, thanks this afternoon. I got Coach Congdon, Coach Moore here on the call for WRNS Productions, a big SAC. We appreciate you guys coming out. WRNS Productions, again, sign on. Subscribe to Panthers Pause 2.0 for all our action. We'll be back next week with gymnastics and basketball Thursday and Friday night. But again, I just jumping on the air to give a shout out before the next match. Coach Congdon, Coach Moore, appreciate you coming out, and we'll talk more a little bit later. Next action.
Absolutely. Okay, so what we were talking about as before we got there, at 175 pounds, we've got matches set up. Our first opponent is going to be Josh Masasu from Northside. He's a senior with a 12-4 season record and a 37-8 overall record. He was a 2-time All-State football player. He's a 2-time, and he's got an honor roll of 3.7 GPA, which is awesome. With that, his opponent from Bishop Dwenger, also a senior, Andrew Zedeker. Andrew Zedeker got a season record of 17-11, and They are going to be facing off for the 175-pound weight class. Masusa from Northside got here with a fall over Jolly from Bishop Lures in 10 seconds, folks, 10 seconds. And his opponent, Andrew Zedeker from Dwenger, got here with a fall over Jones from Concordia. So your opponents, Masusa from Northside, Zedeker from Dwenger.
And Masusa, his match lasted only 10 seconds previously, winning by forfeit. So on the day, only 10 seconds on the mat. So he's going to be a little bit more fresh than Zedeker with Dwenger. Masusa with the red ankle band, Dwenger hosting the green, which would be a home on the scoreboard. Masusa working inside of that underhook.
When that underhook drops into a single leg, nice takedown. No, but yes, he does secure the takedown, it looks like. I think he secured the takedown before they called him out of bounds for the 3-0 lead with 1:41 left.
You'll see a white line that's next to that out of bounds line of the circle. That's because that gets closer to the other mat where they will be more apt to stop wrestling, even though they may not totally be out of bounds when coming to this area.
That is the equivalent of the floor. So as you can see, the circle gets close to the floor where the other mats are not at. If a wrestler's any part of the wrestler goes onto the floor, regardless of what is still inbounds, they will stop the match, and that is why that was stopped over there on that edge as they secured the takedown over there, but we're still inbounds.
We got some blood time. Bishop Dwenger, Zedeker going over with their trainers and working in some. It's got something that they're working on, giving time for Masasu to get a little bit of a water break. They're looking at something. Looks like it is a bloody nose. A lot of times they'll just get a little Vaseline on nose plug, get it back up in there. And once all the blood is removed from the hands and or the uniforms, anywhere else, they'll get them back on there as soon as possible.
There's a 5-minute time for blood, but that only includes the actual bleeding. So once they got over there and they got that bleeding stopped and they started cleaning the wrestlers up, they stopped the time, and that part does not count.
Back in action here. Masasu on top.
Quick movement by Zedeker to get an escape. Nice job of clearing the hips there.
It's good to see those.
Look at Masusa drop back into that single. He's taking that underhook and drops right into that single there.
It's good to see those upper weights move that quick.
Absolutely.
Cedric did a nice job of turning his hips, getting those square and pushing away to secure that escape. Scores 3-1. We got a minute left.
And I will tell you, it seemed like that flurry right there might have just taken a little bit out of Masasu.
Working in with
trying
that
to
underhook.
get that underhook. He lifts it. Trying to secure. He does. He secures it and gets Zedeker to his back, but is lifted over and out of bounds.
Looks like 3 is awarded for the near fall.
Along with 3 for the takedown to make that a 9-1 lead with 36 seconds left in the first period.
Masasu is saying he's got some blood on him from that crossface going across Zedeker.
As I said, I think he got a little bit taken out of the tank.
Josh Howard said, nah, you're good. Keep wrestling.
Short sit, turned back in by Zedeker. Escapes for 1. We're neutral. Shot by Zedeker.
Good defense. Working
Real
inside,
nice.
trying to jack
underhook.
it up.
He's going to step through that, but can he? No, he can't secure it.
Got to work that hips. Both guys working pressure in. Looking for a headlock.
Zedeker slips the head and secures the takedown.
With 5 seconds left in the first period. With the score 12-2. Oh, and he gives up 1 with 1 second left.
That could hurt you moving forward. Score then at the end of 2 periods now is 12-3. Josh Masusa from Northside ahead of Andrew Zedeker from Dwenger.
We got some blood time again, or injury time in this case. Looking at injury time on Masasu.
He was looking at his hand.
Dangling his arm on that side. Thought first it was blood time one again with Zediker, but there is injury time coming. Injury time's a little bit different. You got a minute and a half on injury time. If there is a second injury time taken, the opposing wrestler gets choice after that. So in this case, they will go right back to where they were. In this case, they haven't flipped a coin to see who has choice. But any point in time, if there's injury again by Masasu, Zediker will have a choice. So if he's on top, he could choose to go bottom or back to neutral.
Okay, I'm not sure who had choice on that, but Dwenger is going to start down. Northside's going to start up. Zediker, not much movement, tries to sit back in.
Masasu up 12-3 in this situation.
Yes.
He's released.
He's got a little over and under Navy ride, but low on that. Did get that in deep and is able to try to pull him back over. Again, he's got that over and under. He needs to make sure he keeps 1 foot in. He's getting back points. So right now, secure that.
Oh, foot goes out.
That's what I was to say there. You secure your points there. He did find the 4 and then work for that fall at the last second. That's a nice job, though, on Andrew Zediker to make sure that there was some movement there.
Slow to get up here, Masasu. You don't want that injury time coming back in.
This is that tank I was talking about at the end of the first period that he started to look like he was down, and we still got a period, almost 2 full periods left.
An explosive wrestler.
Zediker to his feet, trying to clear his hips, trying to get hand control first.
Sasu just hanging on, gets 1. Zediker with a quick hip turn. Sasu walking back as Zediker hurries back there. We talked about this earlier.
There's your quick shot. I like that. Don't give him any break. You know the gas is starting to get low. Push, push, push.
Deep on it.
Just like that right there.
Looked like they were out of bounds, but Josh Howard says no. And Zediker used that to his advantage to secure a takedown.
I can tell you right now, Josh Howard's not going to let this go on too much longer, that slow roll.
Score now 7-16.
There it is. Calls him for a stall. He's asking him to get set. He is not paying attention. He will hit him up. He'll hit him again.
There's a caution. Not securing the elbow in the starting position. You got to have that near hand covering the elbow with your palm and the other hand on the belly button.
On the whistle, Masu broken down.
Zediker working in a wing.
Looks like he's got a wing and a wrist. This could end up being interesting.
Get outside, get to the hip. He's going to try to run him over. Head's on the mat. Got to work up. Always working the backside to a half.
If he can get that wing brought tight in with that half, he could really, really cause some issues.
Back to a wrist.
Nope.
Sasu does get up. Defending that wing.
Trying to work up.
That's essential. But he's not doing much from that position. Head on the mat. His hips high. Got to back into a wing. Can't turn in.
No, he's got to get those hips up. Just turning back is not going to beat this. Zediker.
You got 30 seconds left. Zediker working outside, trying to secure some pressure. Talked about this earlier where wrestlers are staying on the hip. They're going to get called for stalling. Zediker going from side to side now, securing a leg. Trying to work leg ride.
And I think with the lack of movement on the bottom, I think they're not going to work on Dwenger at all. If anything, I think that Masasu is going to be the one that's going to hit for not trying to improve his position from the bottom.
He's definitely got gas.
There it is, the stall call. 1 more point for Andrew Zediker to bring the score to 16-8. Will lead going into the third period.
Going neutral, Masasu.
Well, you know, his play has been that underhook drop to the single. See if he can't just get him right to his back from that. Drop, shoots into the single. And
out of bounds.
Think.
Back to the center.
Yes.
That's a little bit quicker up. He thinks that a little bit of energy there. He's almost secured that takedown. Got a little bit more life in him. Still got 1:50 left.
He's still in this match, too. A takedown especially. But side headlock by Zediker. Nice job.
This is potential 7-point swing.
And this is the line that we talked about on the short mat. So he'll secure 4 for the near fall.
Score 15-16. Zediker's still down by 1, so he's choosing to go back neutral.
As I said, there's still a lot of match left on this. He'll give him that 2-point lead to take a 3-point takedown out of this. Masasu lost a lot of energy, not able to get there, but hits the trip. Does he get rolled? No, he does not. That's a huge takedown for him, but he doesn't secure the body, and he's going to get reversed to
Not to his back.
So we're going to go out of bounds.
Did he give him the 2 on that for a take or a reversal?
Yes. 3 and 2 to make our score 20-19 in this wild barn burner with 1:21 left in the third period.
They're going to the bench. They want to, or going to the score bench, calling Josh Howard over, wanting to know how that scoring flurry came about.
I think what Northside's going to say is we took him down to his back. Did we secure any back points? And Dwanger just wants to make sure that they got their 2 for the reversal.
So at this point, Masasu is going to be on bottom.
Correct. A 3-2 move on there being up. Then the 2, he's now up 3.
We got injury time. This will give choice once again to Bishop Dwanger. My guess is he's going to choose neutral in this case, and that in itself would not give the extra point. So a takedown by Zediker would tie it.
Now, the other thing to take into this injury time, Coach, is the fact that, as you said, on a second injury time, you have choice. Your opponent has choice. Folks, we do not have a third injury time. If Northside takes another injury, it will be a default injury. So with 1:21 left, it's imperative that the coaches at Northside make sure that their wrestler knows that he cannot take any more injury time. So he's going to have to wrestle through anything that's remaining.
Not sure on the time. They have a stopwatch, and they would be announcing how much time. He says 30. Coach Tippmann waving from the side. There's 30 seconds left.
What I imagine they're going to do is take this, because he doesn't get any more injury time, he's going to take this right down to the end of that 1:30, take as much rest as he can, get as much gas back into the tank, and see what he's got left for this last 1:21.
They stopped the injury time. They're coming back, and the choice is going to be he's going down.
Well, I think the idea is let's win it right here. Let's get out, because I don't believe he thinks that Masasu can hold him. He really has demonstrated he can't. And if he can get an escape and a takedown, he's going to win the match.
Yep. This is that mental difference here.
Yes, and I'm not opposed to this call, because as you just said, this is going to be all about heart and mental toughness.
Working right to his feet. Masasu does a good job getting that ankle, but now he's back to his knees.
No hip pressure.
He does save it with a single, as often we say.
Locked hands.
Locked hands. That's going to be a point. Big. I don't know that I would totally agree with that, given the back exposure, but because there wasn't near fall criteria,
correct,
they will not allow locked hands in that scenario. Just a little bit more pressure forward, getting near fall. Locked hands would be.
Now a reversal here would tie this up also.
Scores 18-20. It's got a long, there's the
escape.
There's
the step through,
we got a 1 point difference.
Here's the loss over. This takedown's going to be big. Whoever gets this comes out the back door by Dwanger to take a 22-20 lead with 51 seconds left.
He's got the arm behind him, working in for a half. 45 seconds.
This is imperative for Northside to get to their base and to their feet if they're going to have a chance to win this match.
And this again is going to be another upset if it holds true.
We have now extended that lead to 3 with a stall warning on Northside. I think he might have just gone ahead and emptied the tank, because he's down 3 and he's getting hit for a stall because there's no action.
20 seconds left.
As they go out of bounds.
They're going back to the center.
It'll be one last restart. This is a point where Northside is not able to take an injury time. He's got to go back. He's going to get hit here. This stall is going to be a 2-point stall, and the next one is going to be a disqualification. So it's important that he goes ahead, he gets set. Northside is not coming back to the mat a whole lot faster.
Gave him choice on that scenario.
Yep.
Not sure if they called it from an injury. There's an escape.
He couldn't have called it from an injury, because that had been the match. I think they might have had a bad start.
Cradle.
This might be a bad time. Caught him with a cradle, and
5
that
seconds
was
and a pin.
a huge,
With
huge
6 seconds left in
pin.
the match.
Yes.
Score a fury of points, 29-20, when that fall took place.
Don't say this much, but it looked like Masu just rolled over. I think he was done.
Getting ready for our next match, 190 pounds, going to feature another Wayne wrestler and Jaden Bushy. Bushy got to the finals with a forfeit and then a pin over Scott of Northrop. And Shefferly of Bishop Dwenger, who got a fall against Snider's Portee. And in the first round, got a win over Concordia wrestler Hang Tong.
Jaden Bushy is a senior from Fort Wayne. He has a 13-4 current season record, a 43-21 overall record. Last year he was SAC runner-up, and he has been a 2-time regional qualifier. His opponent, a junior from Bishop Dwenger, is A.J. Shiverly. A.J. Shiverly has a season record of 26-6 and an overall record of 48-21. He was last year's returning SAC champion at a different weight class.
You're going to find Bushy from Wayne will have the red ankle band. Shefferly from Bishop Dwenger hosting the home on the scoreboard with the green.
On the whistle, hand tie by by Shiverly. Bushy shakes it off. Shot. Shiverly in deep on a double leg to secure his three-point takedown. Shiverly's got the wrist. He's rolling those up. Nice job by Bushy to stand up, turn back in, but Shiverly is able to capture the leg. Still continue to hold top position. Tries to get kicked over by Bushy, but Shiverly, nice job of countering that. Does his own little high bridge, coming back to maintain top position where he's looking to secure this cradle. If he can get that cradle hooked up, I think he's going to be in pretty good shape. Bushy trying to make sure that that doesn't happen. Breaks it off, head up. Shiverly has the ankle, trying to break him down.
Looking for some wrist control, but there's that ankle ride of Bishop Dwenger. Doing a nice job with that. Looking back to see, as Bushy was a runner-up last year, but has moved up from 165 from last year to the 190 weight class. And Shefferly was a 175 wrestler last year and SAC champion.
So Shiverly's used to being in this position. He's been here before.
Up to the feet.
Yep, he's trying to load up that as best he can to get it elevated. Unable to get it elevated.
Bushy did a nice job sprawling in that position,
Correct.
Trying to post the head, get his leg free.
Now with 15 seconds left here and Dwenger on top, Wayne's got to look to either make a decision to get the two or get out and get at least one. Instead, he doesn't get either one, gets rolled to his back, but it looks like he might be able to roll, but is not able to roll through it.
It's timed in. That's going to give him 4 more. Score 7-0. Looked like Bushy was going to secure a reversal at some point in there, but
cut into that lead, but no, was unable to get his hips turned down and back out.
Shefferly recognizing that and give a good facelift
Dwenger
into the headlock.
has choice. They choose bottom. Bushy covers. Shiverly, excellent stand up and turn in on the whistle. Bushy, not much pressure. That made that easier. They're neutral now. 8-0 score. Shiverly in on his double leg. Elevates him, takes him back to his back.
Right to the headlock.
Yes, and he's got that pretty tight for a minute 43 here. We're going to have to see if Bushy's going to be able to fight through this or not.
Trying to roll through the opposite direction.
It's going to be tough for him to get
Mo
through that way.
Looking at that near side shoulder.
He needs to see if he can't get over tight to that body, get a little bit more parallel.
Got the pin.
For the pin. That pin occurs at 3 minutes and 35 seconds to secure the pin for Dwenger. Your champion at 190 pounds from Bishop Dwenger, A.J. Shefferly.
Two-time SAC champ.
Two-time SAC champ.
And going right into our 215-pound weight class, we have Ethan Leal from Snider and Jonathan Holly, who had an upset over the number 2 wrestler from Northside to reach the finals, securing that win with a 4-1 win over Harris from Northside, and Leal with a win over Hannah, getting there previously with a forfeit. So he's only had the one match, whereas Holly has had an upset win to reach the finals.
Correct. And we have the two opponents. Ethan Leal, who's a senior from Snider High School. Ethan Leal has a current season record of 14-8 and an overall career record of 29-20. His opponent, a junior from Bishop Dwenger High School, is Jonathan Holly. Jonathan Holly has a current season record of 21-12 and an overall career record of 36-32. Earlier this year, Ethan Leal was able to secure a victory over Jonathan Holly in the dual meet. But as we get into this point in the tournament, anything can happen, as we talked about earlier.
They come to the center. In this case, your Snider wrestlers got the green band and home on the scoreboard. Holly from Bishop Dwenger, the red visitors.
Holding Leal's wrist. Leal on a shot. Holly able to go ahead and go over and under.
Got that front
Trying
headlock
to snap
position.
him down.
Leal did a nice job getting rid of that wrist and working his head out of that position. Trying to gain more of an offense. He's working the head, trying to work that snap down.
I'd like to see that a little harder snap on that. Heavy hands right there, man. Get on that and get heavy.
You can see a difference in the heavier wrestlers. You're going to see a lot less feet movement and quickness in many cases. But as you get further on the state, you'll see a lot more aggressiveness as the numbers get fewer. As you're working towards that state finals, you're going to find those wrestlers are much more active on their feet. But your conferences and or lower
dropped in by Leal on single, switches over to a double, trying to finish it.
There's that whizzer.
Leal steps over, tries to get his head up, just kind of go ahead and powers through him, secure the 3-point takedown with 45 seconds left in the first
good
period.
Pressure and good position to secure that, just not enough hip pressure by Holly to keep Leal in that position. Leal did a nice job pressuring with his hips to secure that.
And as you said earlier, kept his head up. 30 seconds left in the match. Ethan Leal up 3-0 over Jonathan Holly. Leal secures the wrist. He's got the wrist secured. He's trying to get an ankle.
Working in
from
almost
here.
Had a half, thought a half was coming there as he got him up on his shoulder. Just couldn't secure that pressure to finish it up.
Looks like he's trying to roll these wrists up to get one of those hands onto the back.
Looking at about 3 seconds left. This will probably end that first period. You score just 3-0, Ethan Leal over Jonathan Holly.
Choice to Snider. Snider's going to defer. Dwenger, with their choice, will choose neutral. Or did he choose top? I'm sorry, he chose top.
There we go.
Belief that maybe I can't get off the bottom, maybe I can't take him down, so let's see if we can turn him. Nice job standing and clearing his hips by Ethan Leal to score escape.
Good setup
nice
there.
Nice setup shot. If he can keep his head up and finish here.
Good pressure, good movement.
He does a nice job.
Working up the body, secures not only the takedown, but he's got a wing and the wrist. Can he keep him in bounds to secure some near fall and possible pin?
Lost the wing, lost the wrist.
Trying to pull him back in bounds.
Correct.
Keep that wrestling going, wants to continue because he's got him flat, but nothing's happening there. So banging on that wrist, looking for a chop. He's got the wrist again. Can he get that wing? No, he's working in for the half.
He's trying to get that 2-on-1. He's now secured the wrist with a 2-on-1. Now he's trying to get to a double wrist.
Deep half.
Jump side to the half. He's got that wrist pretty tight.
There's it deep.
If he can just, right here, just settle Get up on your toes, and you can secure the fall right here.
Kegeline said, that's enough.
And we are going to secure the pin there at 3 minutes and 4 seconds with a fall. That's a big head-to-head fall for Snider in the big picture. And that's going to take us, Coach, to the big guys.
In our finals at 285 pounds, you're going to see a wrestler from Landon Sorg out of Bishop Dwenger and Adam Cole from Northrop. Cole has a record of 24-3. He is the number 1 seed. He's a junior. And Landon Sorg, also a junior, just with a record of 15-16, but he was the number 2 seed, beating the number 3 seed from Wayne, Jordan Sell. He pinned him in 3 minutes 51 seconds, whereas Cole's route to the finals came over beating the 5th seed with a pin in 48 seconds, and his first match defeating Ramos from Snider in 57 seconds. So he's only been on the mat through the first period. Hopefully,
yes, a total of less than 2 minutes.
There we go.
Yes.
So we're waiting on a third place match there at 2:15. Got a wrestler from Wayne and Northside going at it. And once again, I want to thank Mr. Guittard for the opportunity to come back to Snider. It's always a pleasure to see the Snider faithful in the house. In this case, the reunion also accompanying this, seeing a lot of former wrestlers. I had the pleasure to work on the mat, coaches around the conference, and just always a pleasure to get back here to Snider High School.
Coach Moore, it's always good to have you back here. You know, we miss the days when we were able to hang out together and really go through all of this. And Dave is a very modest man. He's taken a job. He's the head coach over at Hicksville High School in the wrestling, and you know, he's taken his time off during his season over here to come over and to help us with what we're doing. So, Dave, it's always good to see you, but this makes it extra special to see you today and to have you over here with everything. And that also kind of leads me to just let people know that this does end the regular season in Indiana High School wrestling, and next week we'll begin the sectional. Snider High School will go to New Haven High School, where we will wrestle in our sectional over there.
Again, once again, Coach Kahn, Coach Moore on the call. We appreciate it greatly showing up today. Got the alumni behind us. Looks like the team to beat has been Snider and Dwenger. We'll see where this ends up with the last match of the afternoon, guys.
Yes, we are. As they blow the whistle, Dwenger is in green band. Northrop is in the red band. Northrop trying to work in. Looks like he's trying to pummel inside and get inside control, but he's willing to take that underhook, overhook.
See Cole there with a possible shoulder injury earlier. He's got that wrap around that side. Those things, a lot of times you're going to find the officials, they are looking for anytime you wear a supporting element, it has to be completely secured to the body without any holes or anything where a finger or something might be able to get caught in it. So you've seen a lot of changes in those injury prevention devices and taping to help the wrestlers that may have a nagging injury.
Yes, and in this situation here, you know, as you see with the heavyweights, as we talked about earlier, they tend to get away from the leg shots and work more upper body positioning. A lot of that is just the sheer weight that you're trying to move around, and it gets much more difficult to get up underneath each other when you're these big guys.
Josh Howard says they're out of bounds, wants to bring them back to the center. We got 43 seconds left in the match.
0-0 score.
Cole's been digging inside, working, trying to get in that bear hug position as he does again. He's got his head down in that case.
Yes, and it looks like Jolly is doing a good job of blocking him off. He's using his head to keep him from being able to get into that bear hug position that he looks like he wants to be in, which he did secure here. So this would be interesting because he does have an over and under. It does allow the bear hug, but it also, if he wanted to, could go to a side headlock right off of that.
He drops down to prevent that throw, blocking from the inside.
With 10 seconds left, Cole called for a stall for walking backwards and not moving forward on that. That's a good call by official Josh.
Taking back inside. He's getting both arms. It's not going to be enough with the first period ending.
Dwanger gets choice. Second period, they defer. Northrop chooses bottom. Again, now with these big guys, it's imperative that the bottom guy gets his hips cleared, gets out of that position. On the opposite side, it's imperative that the top man gets pressure on. Cole tries to get to his feet. Jolly is able to pick the ankle, break him down.
A lot of times at the heavyweight weight class, you're going to find that a 1-0 match, which would just be an escape, could mean the difference. So any point counts in this case.
Yes.
Cole already hit with a stall, but he
is
working
turning
around.
His hips and turning in. He does get that leg. He needs to keep turning in and get that arm to the other side.
Sorg had the
other
ankle,
leg.
but wasn't able to secure and keep it.
Now, at this point, as you
Hold
said,
down.
get out or get your reversal. He gets his reversal and catches
Straight
him
to
on
his
his
back.
back.
Can't keep him there. He's going to get
He's going
3
to
near
get
fall.
2 for the reversal, 3 for the near fall, and goes up 5-0 with 1:10 left in the second period.
Cole heavy on that ankle. In this case, he's working outside. Sorg back to his feet and secures a 1-point escape. We got 1 minute left with Cole up 5-0. Let's see if he can avoid
Cole's
that.
got to be
next
careful
stall.
here backing up. He doesn't like his position. He needs to circle and not back straight up, because if he does, he's going to get hit for a stall. And if he gets hit for a stall, it will be a team point, it will be a individual point for the match, and that will bring us within 3, which is a takedown away.
You can see the ankle band has come off of Sorg and has attached itself to Cole's shoulder strap there, with the Velcro attaching there.
Cole's still trying to dig in. Jolly just kind of pushing. I'm not sure what he wants over the top, or if he's trying to step behind
for
him.
a trip inside. We got 10 seconds left in the second period. Looks like they're going to finish as we call heavyweight dancing. Not either guy working for any kind of advantage. A lot of times you hear coaches say to quit your dancing and get after it.
That's exactly right. So we're going to enter the third period with the score 5-1. Adam Cole of Northrop ahead of Landon Sorg of Bishop Dwangers. Bishop Dwangers, Landon Sorg is going to start in the bottom position. On the whistle, he tries to stand. He looks like he's trying to hook up a fat roll, a big man roll.
There he goes. Cole secured
Cole,
it.
the way you counter that is loosen your arm and throw the near side half.
Looking, there's both shoulders.
Let
He
him roll to
says
his
are
own
down, finishing the match. Cole improves to 25-3. Very respectable record heading into sectionals next week. They will be at Carroll High School.
Your heavyweight champion, SAC, Adam Cole, Northrop High School. So
we're going to wait on the heavyweight awards here coming up and the presentation of the team awards. Once again, thanks Coach Kahn and Coach Moore for coming out this evening. The WRNS production crew, Nevea Tech Director, Dominic over on camera 1, Nolan and Brennan on camera 2, Ung over there on camera 3 doing a great job, and Alyssa helping out all the way around. So again, we appreciate you turning in. We'll sit around, wait for the heavyweight awards and the awarding of the team trophy, but we appreciate you. Please subscribe to Panthers Paws 2.0 YouTube channel for further action. We will be live Thursday night with gymnastics, and we'll be live Friday night with boys and girls doubleheader basketball. And we're looking good. Okay, it looks like Coach Moore's trying to see if we got some finals here. Coach Moore.
Still looking at
Still,
it.
yeah. Sometimes
team
that
scores.
internet's
There
your
we go.
friend, and sometimes the internet.
It looks like Bishop Dwanger is going to hold out with a victory in winning the SAC, securing that with a 281.5 points. Snider with a second place finish, 260. Snider had a wrestler miss weight today, costing them some points. That would have brought that much closer because he was the number 1 seed, but anything can happen at this point in time in the year where wrestlers find themselves in different situations and where they may be trying to get down to a lower weight class. Was not able to do that. Your third place team being that of Northrop, finishing out with Concordia, Southside, Bishop Luers, Wayne, and the bottom north side. Once again, your winner, SAC champions as a team, Bishop Dwayne.
Again, waiting on the heavyweight awards. Coach Congdon, final words, thoughts?
Yeah, at this point, I think, the SAC has always been a dominant conference. I think that there's that possibility for it to come back to that. People out there that are watching, ask your kids to support you. Ask people to come out and watch this great sport. And remember, next week we begin the state tournament at New Haven High School.
Appreciate it, guys, and we're going to see if they got the heavyweights on the podium.
And one quick shout-out. This shout-out goes to my grandbaby, Rylan. Grandpa Seth misses you and loves you, big guy.
There we go. One. You got a shout-out to alumni.
Mr. McGee said that he wanted to hear, or excuse me, McGill.
McGill
wanted to hear his name.
Yeah, we give a shout-out to
Kevin
Tom
McGill.
Bennett. We got Kaiser up there. We got some legends, Bob Weaver, Bob South, Tom Williams back in the back. We can't see him right now, but the legends of Snider Wrestling, Biddlecombe, all of our Snider Wrestling legends, again, waiting out for this heavyweight awards.
And I would throw out there, if you are a former Snider wrestler, manager, coach, we are going to meet at the Acme in about an hour to an hour and a half. Please come out and visit us and reconnect.
Okay, we got a shot of him now. We got a camera.
Snider alum.
You guys are up. With it. There you go.
Camera's there.
We're trying to get the Snider alumni a shout out. There they all are. Again, legends of Snider High School Wrestling. Enjoy the sport, and we're finishing up the heavyweight consolation, I guess, right now.
Correct.
But yeah, the Snider alum out for a reunion. We'll be heading over, said, to Acme Full Circle to have stories. So if you didn't make it out today, come out to the Acme to talk wrestling history. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. They're cleaning up mats, and heavyweight champion was awarded, and we're going to end the broadcast